Hey guys, it's your Power Coach Nico here, and in today's video, I'm going to go through my grand final predictions and tips between the Melbourne Demons and the Western Bulldogs, Saturday, 25th September, 7:15 Australian Eastern Standard Time, 5:15 Australian Western Standard Time, okay? So it's a night grand final here, twilight over there, okay? I'm looking forward to doing this, and I'm a bloody nervous wreck for Saturday, so let's get into it. Both teams are heading into the grand final with really good form, with Melbourne coming off really convincing wins in the qualifying and preliminary finals against Brisbane and Geelong respectively. Okay, especially against Geelong, my god, they were amazing. While the Bulldogs are coming off a massive win against Port Adelaide, unexpected massive win against Port Adelaide, while also beating Brisbane by 1 point in the semi-final and a grinding 50-point win in the West down in Tassie against Essendon in the elimination final. So both teams are in really good form, and these are really the best two teams, even though the Dogs finished 5th on the ladder while the D's finished 1st. Okay, so it's going to be a cracking contest, and the matchups are going to be very important. Well, and it all starts in the midfield, really. These two teams probably have the best midfields, okay? With D's, with Gawn, Oliver, Petrarca, and Viney, while the Dogs with Bont, McRae, Libba, and their deep midfield. The Dogs' midfield is probably deeper, but with the advantage of the D's having Max Gawn, the D's midfield, it's probably even. I say it's even, okay? And whoever wins the contested possessions and the clearances, okay, is going to go a long way to winning his game, because these two teams are some of the best at contested possession and clearances, okay? They have the players for it. For the D's, Clayton Oliver, or the Dogs, Tom Liberatore, okay? So, whoever wins those key stats, which are pivotal grand final stats, mind you, most likely win the game. So, that will be handy. Another important thing for the D's, really, is their defense, okay? They've been elite all year. They're the number one intercept possession team, okay? So they take the most intercept possessions, okay? And they have Jake Lever and Stephen May, which are going to be very, very hard to stop, okay? So for the Bulldogs forward line, okay? And that is going to be a very important, crucial part of the grand final. If the Dogs can't really get a score on the board and they keep bombing it to the Melbourne defence, then it's going to be a very long day for the Bulldogs, okay? One of the most important parts of this grand final is the ruck battle, okay? With Max Gawn being a huge influence. Max Gawn played the game of his bloody life against the Cats in the prelim, kicking 5 goals, okay? And his influence is going to go a long way to telling who's the winner of this grand final, okay? Steph Martin is a huge inclusion for the Bulldogs, and as such, so he makes the Bulldogs a much better team, okay, when it comes to winning the clearances and contested possession. But Steph Martin can make it somewhat even in the ruck hitouts, and the Bulldogs will have a better chance of winning the clearances, okay? Unfortunately, the issue with Steph Martin in the ruck is I don't know if he can go with Max Gawn around the ground, okay? Because Max Gawn runs a lot of kilometres, okay, running up and down the ground, you know, where it's defence or in the forward line. Max Gawn does that, okay, and he did that last week. And I'm just worried, as a Bulldogs fan, that Max Gawn will do that to Steph Martin, okay, because, you know, Max Gawn's great athletically, Steph Martin isn't, because he's 34 years old and has had a lot of injuries this year. We have got Tim English, okay, who probably can go with Max Gawn around the ground athletically, okay, and has got the tank for it, okay. But unfortunately for Tim English, he just gets physically bullied out by big ruckmen like Gawn in the past. In round 18, Tim English as the prime ruckman, the D's won the hitouts by over 50. So that's the problem, okay? Max Gawn just is dominant in all ways as a ruckman, okay? And he might be the difference in this game between the D's and the Dogs, okay? So that match is going to be really crucial. Can the Dogs nullify Max Gawn's influence, okay? Because if they can, that will go a long way to winning, okay? Because if Max Gawn doesn't have the influence like against Geelong, then that will help the Bulldogs immensely. The worry for the Western Bulldogs is the influence of Melbourne's small forwards, okay? Because the D's have a really dangerous forward line, okay? Especially the medium and small forward blokes, okay? And the Bulldogs, while they are pretty good against tall forwards of not conceding goals with Alex Keith playing great this year, unfortunately the Dogs conceded a lot of goals with smaller forwards, okay, this year, which is not ideal, okay? Especially with Cozzy Pickett and Bailey Fritsch, okay, being the main killers, okay, in that forward line that aren't tall forwards, okay? So I'm a bit worried with that. Cozzy Pickett could have a massive say on this game, okay? Because I think the small forwards like Cozzy Pickett, Alex Neil-Bull and Charlie Spargo for the D's, and like Cody Waitman, Mitch Hannon, for the Bulldogs will probably have a big influence on the game, because I don't think there'll be many goals from the big man, okay, because it's a grand final, okay. I just think small forwards have a bigger influence in this game, okay? It's more contested, so small forwards are more likely to get the chance of getting a goal than the big man. So the Dogs have to be aware of the small Melbourne forwards, okay? Because they are really dangerous when they're on, okay? Especially Keziah Pickett. Another worry for the Bulldogs is how they're going to accommodate Melbourne's backline, because Aaron Norton's only really the main key forward, okay? And he could get double teamed, which will not be ideal. But I think the Bulldogs will implement this, similar to what they did against Port Adelaide. They will try and stop the influence of Jake Lever by making him accountable, okay? What I mean is Josh Schache will do like a defensive forward role on Jake Lever, like he did to Aliir against Port Adelaide, which worked really well. We stopped Aliir's influence in the air, okay? He only took a couple of intercept marks, okay? We have to do the same thing. The Bulldogs have to do the same thing, okay? Otherwise, we can't. Because if we let Jake Lever roam around, it'll go a long way to the D's winning, okay? And we won't be able to score. So what will happen is probably Luke Beveridge will send Josh Schache to Jake Lever, where, you know, he'll either put Jake Lever in the goal square and make him as deep as possible so the Bulldogs can lower their eyes going inside 50, or Josh Schache could be on a lead, like, to half forward, so Jake Lever is not, like, deep in the ground helping, like, help the contest, okay? So he can't influence the contest, like, I don't know, deep inside 50. So that's what's probably going to happen. Probably one of the biggest game changers that could make this a win in the Bulldogs' favour is Aaron Norton, okay? Aaron Norton is crashing packs, kicking 2 or 3 goals, okay? Making the D's defence very nervous. Then that will help, because he is such a danger in the air for the D's, okay? And if he can take what he did last week against Port Adelaide, take like 6-7 contested marks, then that will make the D's really nervous and make their defence work hard, and that will make the Bulldogs go a long way to winning. One more match win I'm going to say, I have to say this because he's my favourite player, Bailey Smith, okay? If Bailey Smith's going to have a huge say on this game, I reckon, because of the way he's played the last 2 weeks, you know, he's kicked 8 goals this final series, he's had 20 odd disposals and a bag of goals in the past few weeks, so Bailey Smith will be a huge say on this grand final, okay? Because if no one can stop Bailey Smith, then he could play the game of his bloody life, okay? He could be a match winner, okay, on that wing / half forward, okay? Which would make the D's really nervous, okay? Because they need to lock down Bailey Smith, because if Bailey Smith is let loose, then it could go a long way to the Dogs winning, okay? And kicking a decent score with Bailey Smith getting on the scoreboard. So, yeah, I think Bailey Smith will have a huge say on this game. Throughout the year, both these teams are 1-1. Okay, the D's won pretty well in round 11. They stopped the Bulldogs' handball chain and whatnot. Okay, and we turned the ball over so many times in our defensive half, which was really unusual. Okay, we just didn't execute our foot skills, and that was due to the Melbourne pressure. Okay, so if the D's bring that pressure again and make us turn the ball over in our defensive half, then we will not win the game. Okay, in round 19, however, it flipped. Okay. We try to make Jake Lever accountable. I've seen some footage on Fox Footy where Bulldogs tried to get Jake Lever onto Aaron Norton, so Jake Lever actually has to have a decent matchup with him, okay? So that could happen again. That could happen again for Luke Beveridge, because if you got to stop Jake Lever in the air, you got to stop him being isolated and taking those 3 intercept marks. You got to make him accountable and being on a tour, okay? And the Bulldogs forwards have to lead, okay? If they're on Jake Lever, because if they bomb it high in the air, it'll be an easy intercept mark or spoil for Jake Lever. So I'm saying this all about Jake Lever, because Jake Lever could win the Norm Smith, okay? If he has a day out with his intercept possessions and marks and whatnot. So yeah. Alright guys, it's time for my actual predictions. I'm a Bulldogs fan, so you know I'm going to tip the Bulldogs, and I generally think we can actually win. I think the Dogs win by 10 points, or it's going to be a close, contested style grand final, okay? But I just think if we stop the D's, like a few things like stopping the influence of Max Gawn and making Jake Lever accountable and Melbourne's other defenders accountable, and winning the midfield battle, of course, and I think we can win. I think we can win this grand final. I'm confident in our midfield. So I said the Dogs by 9 points. Or 10 points, whatever it is. I'm going to say Dogs by 9 points. And first goal kicker, this for the entire game. I think Cody Waite will get the first goal. You know, I just think he'll set the tone early, okay? He's that type of dude to get the first goal. Okay, and if he does get the first goal, I can't imagine how hyped he'll be. My Norm Smith medalist, if the Bulldogs win, Bailey Smith, okay, because if Bailey Smith played like he did the last couple of weeks, getting 20 odd disposals, kicking 3 or 4 goals, that's a Norm Smith performance right there. And I just think whatever he does will have a huge say on the game. If the D's win it, I know it's a bit generic, but I think Christian Petrarca, the thoroughbred Christian Petrarca, because he's such a damaging player, okay, and he's so influential, racking up 30 disposals and kicking a goal or two, So the Dogs win, Bailey Smith, Norm Smith. If Melbourne win, I think Christian Petrarca. Anyway, guys, that's my prediction, my grand final prediction between the D's and the Dogs. I can't wait for Saturday night. It's going to be a very, very interesting night, okay? It's going to be quite the event, okay? Hopefully it's a good grand final. Hopefully the Dogs get the dub. Anyway, I'll be either celebrating or commiserating when I see you in the next video. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.